You know what I love? Questions. Questions that challenge my concepts of both the lore and history. Today we're going to breach a subject that not many talk about. Reincarnation.
Okay, so I got a question. This is actually for my spiritual believers, most notably the pagans, more focusedly the Nordic community. Did they ever actually believe in any kind of past life? Like, did they believe that there is a life lived before the one that they are experiencing now? Because there are some...
The short answer, 420, is yes. While not specifically stated, it is alluded to ridiculously. Let's get into it. We're going to go all the way back pre-Viking Age, the migratory age, back when the ancestors were referred to as the Teutons. The Roman historian Appian referred to the ancestors thusly: the Teutons had no fear of death because they knew they would be reborn. Now then, cyclically, we can look at the broader worldview of the ancestors. The cyclical nature of Ragnarok, the end and rebirth of things. To the Norse god Balder, who would eventually return after death. But, as usual, let's look to the saga. Something many of you need to read into. No hate. But all this is in there. Perhaps you've heard about Sigurd the Dragon Slayer. The Niflung poems containing his story is littered, and I mean absolutely ridiculously littered, with stories and references and allusions to reincarnation. But that's not considered one of the historically accurate saga, Tiger. Alright, I got you. You've heard of King Olaf II, correct? Considered to be one of the first Christian kings of Norway. A widely held belief by the general public at the time, as well as stated in his saga, he was reincarnated as King Olaf II. There are at least 3 other references to reincarnation within the saga, but you're going to have to read them because I only got so much time for this video. So, do your homework. While you're at it, I would encourage you to research on your own the implications of reincarnation when we talk about Hugur and Haminga. And lastly, we need to talk about names and birthmarks. In Haredu's saga, a father is unalived and wounded in the arm while his wife is pregnant. And when his son is born, he's reincarnated with that birthmark on his arm from where that wound was located. It's a lot to unpack, so let's do that. The ancestors believed that birthmarks and deformities were possible unaliving wounds. Simultaneously, the ancestors believed that when they named a child after a direct ancestor or close friend, a part of them would pass through them and they'd pick up some of their traits. This was so important to the ancestors, in fact, that there are at least 4 references in different saga about how when someone was on their deathbed, they would make requests to be named to the next pregnancy born. Please see Vatndala Saga, Flæði Saga, Finnbolga Saga, and Vatndala Saga. In summary, and as you can see, while not specifically stated, this is how it works, it is alluded to ridiculously throughout a lot of the lore and history. And I've always viewed this as why the ancestors were so brave and bold in battle. In fact, the naming thing is very important to my family. I'm the 13th of my name, and my son is the 14th. The wisdom is there. It's scattered like everything else that we have to unlock between the pages. But as usual, I encourage you to go find out for yourselves. And don't at me until you do. Wonderful question. I look forward to more. I'll see you around.